make more detailed workforce predictions. Like, we have to make better decisions. We have to make better predictions. For making the better predictions, we have to do best analyzation inside our organization. For that, sometimes we can say that we are hiring different persons, or we are utilizing the softwares in which we can go towards the training. We are giving the previous data, and we are giving them the training data towards that softwares, and according to their training data they can make the better predictions. So when we are doing the better predictions, we can go towards the growth level. So beyond helping your business meet the evolving needs for the new skill production and the productivity, we have to do the HR forecasting also support your to gain the deeper insight into your workforce. So they are not only working on the top level, they also have to involve inside the environment, and they have to analyze either there is the need in is there any need inside the workforce or not. So HR forecasting and analysis help you to predict turnover related to the retirement or the market competition. So sometime we have to go towards the retirement of the persons, or we have to hire the new persons. So it is not always possible to boost the skill set of our employees. Sometimes we have to replace our employees. So HR have to forecast and analyze or the predict turnover and retirement are the market competition, which skills are needed inside our market. It can also help you to analyze how business strategy change will impact your workforce, including the production of a new product, change in the target audience, are the introduction of the new employment or manufacturing regulations. So we have to hire the persons for the marketing purpose or for the new trends. So we have to analyze that things so we can go towards the growth of our business. Now forecast the HR needs regularly. So we are not doing that on the annual basis or on the basis when the person left our organization. We have to do that analyzation on the regular basis, on monthly basis, after 2 months, after on the quarter basis, after 4 months, or on the after a half years. So we can say that the business conditions are constantly changing, which means your workforce is too. So we have to manage the trainings as well as the new workforce. To effectively meet your HR needs, it's important to review talent requirements on an ongoing basis. So we have to always in the analysis phase. So we have to compare the demand of the market and skill set of our employees. So for example, if your business manufactures a product, labor needs will change as sales rise and fall. When there is a peak level, we have to hire more employees. When there is a downfall, we have to we have to hire less employees, or we have to go towards the downsizing. That's why we are going towards a seasonal basis. So your business may see the seasonal demand for that product or other changes in the consumer demand. So in this case, HR also sales forecasting should work together to identify sales spikes or the declines that will affect production and the labor needs. So they can work together, and the salespersons can inform the HR the demand is higher, so they can hire new persons. And when the demand is not higher, they can inform them so they can go towards the downsizing, or they have to sign a contract with the new persons according to their demand. Like if the spike is for 2 months or 3 months, so we have to hire that person for a specific time period. Responding to the employment trends. So modern business is facing the rapid growth of the artificial intelligence, and the majority of respondent companies, well implemented HR plan can make sure the employees are properly trained to the necessary level before they are integrated into the organization. So before start of any project, we have to be sure that our employee skills match with the project. So HR can also ensure the efficient payroll cost. Human resource planning can help the anticipate future needs in an organization. If there is a technological shift underway. It will hire people who can fulfill those roles, allow the business to maintain its competitive edge. So if there is not technical persons are there and we need technical person in our organization, we have to hire them. Or sometimes we hire the persons who can train our employees to become a technical person, or the graded technology can be teach to them so they can upgrade their skills. Why it is important? As we read about the benefits, so it allows a business to better maintain and target the right kind of talent to employ, having the right technical and the soft skills to optimize their function within the company. So it allows managers to better train and develop the skill needed among the workforce. So when we have the best team inside the organization, we can do our best work inside the organization. Now, what are the steps for that? First of all, we have to analyze the labor supply, then we have to forecast the demand, then we have to balance the demand with the supply, then we will go towards the development and the implementation of the plan. And then if there is any changes are required, we have to go towards the special concentrations. Analyze the labor supply. That is the first step. The first step to human resource planning to identify the company's current human resource supply. So in this step, HR department studies the strength of the organization based on the number of employees, their skills, qualification, positions, benefits, and the performances level, and they will match that workforce with the workload, and then analyze is there is any need or not for the new recruitment. Now, the second step required the company to outline the future of its workforce. Like in future, we are like in and the current year we are working on the 3 projects, but in future we have 6 projects in our queue. So we can analyze the workforce in the future. So HR department can consider certain issues like promotions, retirements, dismissals, and the transfers, anything that factors into the future needs of the company. Sometimes we have more workforce or workload, or sometimes we have to replace the person. So HR department can also look at the external conditions impacting the labor demand, such as new technology that might increase or decrease the need of workers. Sometimes the machines came and we have to purchase the technology that can reduce the demand of our humans, and sometimes we need the persons who can work according to that technology. Now we have to balance the labor demand with the supply. The third step is that now we know about the demand. Now the HR planning process is forecasting the employment demand. Oh, so they will create a gap analysis that lays out specific needs to narrow the supply of the company's labor versus the future demand. So they have to manage or fill that gap. This analysis will often generate a series of questions such as, should employee learn new skills, like we have to hire the new persons or we have to retrain our persons? Does the company need more managers? Are the managers who is working with us are sufficient? Do all the employee play to their strengths in their current roles, like they are working at their best level or not? So we have to analyze, ask these questions, and then we have to work on the plan. Now there are different motivational theories. We will study about that. These motivational theories will be beneficial to retain our employee and to motivate our employee. Herzberg's motivational two-factor theory, that two-factor motivational theory, otherwise known as the Herzberg motivational hygiene theory or the dual-factor theory, argues that there are the separate sets of mutually exclusive factors in the workplace that either cause job satisfaction or dissatisfaction. So we can say that there are the two sets. There are the two scenarios. One are there are the some reasons that makes our employee satisfied, and there are some issues that is the cause of dissatisfaction of the job. So generally these factors encouraging the job satisfaction relate to the self growth and the self actualization. So sometimes and these are helps in self growth that are positive things. So it will assume a complex interaction between, he assumes a complex interaction between the internal and external factors and explore the circumstances under which people respond to different internal and external motivations. Externally and internally, we can motivate them, or we can give different rewards and different things that make them more satisfied. So he and his colleagues explored the impact of 14 factors on job satisfaction and dissatisfaction in terms of their frequency and duration of impact. So they summarize all these factors and they make the 14 points. So it argues that the motivational factors are necessary to improve the job satisfaction. These factors are these 14 motivational and hygiene factors are advancement. He defined advancement as the upward and positive status or the position of someone in the workplace. In other words, we can say that we have to go towards the promotion of a person. Like if one has joined as a salesperson, we have to go and promote that persons to the head and towards the supervisor or upper levels. So he or she will feel more satisfied. Meanwhile, a negative or neutral status at the work represent the negative advancement. Sometimes when we are not satisfied with the employee, we can go towards the downfall of that employee or replacement of that employee. So we have to work on the both phases. Now, the work itself, the content of the job task in the itself can have the positive or negative effects on the employee. Like we assign the task to the employee and we give them the freedom so they can do their work according to their methodologies. So sometimes that method has the positive effect and sometimes has the negative effect. So the job difficulty and level of the engagement can dramatically impact the satisfaction and dissatisfaction in the workplace. So sometimes a person feel much difficulty in the task. So sometimes it can be negative or sometimes it can be positive. So recognition, when an employee receive rewards from the reaching goals at their job or for the producing high quality work, they receive recognition. We have to recognize that. We have to acknowledge our employee. So along with that, we are not only working on the positive, and we are also have to give the um, 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 uh, rewards to them also. If we are giving the negative reviews about our employee, it can demotivate our employees. So negative recognition involves criticism or blame for the poorly done job. So we have to guide the employees. We are not go towards the blaming or criticism. We have to go towards the training, or we have to analyze the reasons why the work is not done well. So we have to overcome these reasons. Responsibility includes both the responsibilities held by the individual and the authority granted to the individual in their role. So managers are also given the responsibility. So people gain satisfaction from given the responsibility and authority to make the decisions. So we have to give some freedom or the space to the person so they can take their own decisions. So a mismatch between the responsibility and the level of authority. We are giving a responsibility of a task, but they have to ask each and everything or approval. Every approval is needed from the manager, so they will feel it difficult and they will feel dissatisfied from the job. So we also, along with the responsibility, the manager also give the some kind of or some level of authority to that person. Achievement, positive achievement can involve, for example, completing a difficult task on time, solving a job related problem, or seeing positive results from one's work. And negative achievement includes a failure to make the progress at work or poor job related decisions making. So both type of achievements can be inside the organization. Now, hygiene factors are those which decreases job dissatisfaction. So he also states that the hygiene factors are the negative effects inside our job and function in the need to avoid unpleasantness. So we have to, first thing is salary. Salary includes the wage or the salary increases and the negatively unfulfilled expectations of wage or salary increases. So we have to manage the salary according to the skills. If we are paying less towards over employees, it will go towards the dissatisfaction level. And if we are paying extra wages towards a person who is not working well, it is also cause of dissatisfaction of other employees. Interpersonal relationship involve the personal and the working relationship between the employee and the supervisors and the managers, subordinates, and the peers. So this can manifest in, for example, a job related interactions as well as the social discussions in both the work environment and during the informal break times. So it can affect our working place. So we have to avoid the interpersonal relations. We have to build the professional relations inside the organizations. Company policies and administrations. Company policies must be positive, and administration must work provide a healthy environment. So it includes the factors such as the extent to which company, organization, and management policies and guidelines are clear or unclear. So we have to make clear policies. For example, a lack of allocation of authority, vague policies, and the procedures and the communication may lead to the job dissatisfaction. If there are not good policies, the person will not feel satisfied and he or she will switch the job. Supervision involves an employee's judgment of the competence or the incompetence and the fairness or the unfairness of the supervisor or the supervision. Poor leadership and the management can decrease the job satisfaction. A person is doing work well, but the supervisor is criticizing that person. That will also a cause of dissatisfaction. Working conditions, finally, working condition involve the physical surrounding of the job and whether or not they are good or poor. Like there is no ventilation system, there is no heating or cooling systems. That is not a friendly environment for the employees. So factor leading to a good or poor workplace can involve the amount of work, space, ventilation, tools, temperature, and the safety. So we have to work on them. Now that is another theory, that is theory X and theory Y. So theory X and theory Y were first explained by the MC George, refer to two styles management. So first in first theory X, we are using the authority, and in the theory Y, we are giving the freedom or participative, like team building level. So if you believe that your team members dislike their work and have little motivation, then according to the MC George, you will likely use an controlling style of the management. We have to push our persons towards our work according to some um, um, threats or some other things. So on the other hand, if you believe that your people take pride in their work and see its challenges and they are willing to do work, we have to adopt the theory Y. So there are two types of management in an organization. Now theory X, the theory X managers tend to take a pessimistic view of their people and assume that they are naturally unmotivated and dislike the work. Like we can say that being a manager, they are thinking that the person is not willing to do work. So as a result, they think that the team members need to be promoted, rewarded, or punished. So we have to give the warnings or other things constantly to make sure that they complete their task. So we have to push them.
Miss Sana,
Yes.
there's both the theories, like motivational theories such as hygiene and motivation factor and theory X and Y. These should be implemented in the company, or should the HR inform the companies about like these theories, and they should start following these?
They can adopt these theories because they
Okay.
are using these theories to motivate over employees. So this is not necessary to inform that which technique they are following. According to scenarios, they can change their techniques. So as a result,
Okay.
this style of management assume that the workers dislike their work and avoid the responsibility and need constant direction. So we can say that we have to supervise our employees and we have to push them towards the work, and we have to take a check and balance, and according to that we have to push our workers towards the work. Now, it means that they have to be controlled, forced, or threatened to deliver the work, need to be supervised at every step, have no incentive to work or emission, and therefore need to be attracted by rewards to achieve the goals, or we have to threat them by the punishment. So that is theory X. We have to work like a boss. So according to him, organization with the theory X approach trend to have the several tries of managers and supervisors to oversee and direct works. So we have to make a layer between a manager, or we have to make the persons or the supervisors inside our organization, or we have to hire the persons who can adopt that theory and who can push the persons towards the work. Now, theory Y. Theory Y managers have to be optimistic, positive opinion of their employee. They think that their workers are interested in their work. So they have to only support them or guide them. So they use a decentralized participative management style. This encourage a more collaborative, trust-based relationship between manager and their team members. So we can say that now the manager is working like a leader, not like a boss. So people have greater responsibility and manager encourage them to develop their skills and suggest improvement. The manager is only guiding the persons. So judgment are regular, but unlike in the theory X organization, they are used to encourage open communication rather than the control staff. They are giving the deadline, but they are giving the freedom to the employees according to their working hours, according to their methodologies. Now, this style of management assumes that the workers are happy to work on their own initiative, more involved in decision making, self motivated to complete their task, and seek and accept the responsibility and need little direction, enjoy taking ownership of their work, view work as fulfilling and challenging, solve the problem creatively. So we assume that our employees are loyal to the company, or they are willing to work. So the theory Y has become more popular among the organization as the persons feel good when they are giving the authority, or they are we are giving the freedom to the employees. So this reflects workers increasing the desire for more meaningful careers that provides them with more than just money. So they enjoy their work. Maslow's theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory of motivation which states that the five categories of human needs dedicate and dictate an individual's behavior. So Maslow's theories presents his that is like a hierarchy which basic needs at the bottom of the hierarchy and more high level intangible needs at the top. So we have make different hierarchy in that psychological needs. The first of the ID driven lower needs on the Maslow's hierarchy are psychological needs. These most basic human survival needs include the food, water, sufficient rest, clothing, shelter, overall health, and reproduction. So this theory states that these basic psychological um, uh, physical needs must be addressed before the humans move on the next level of fulfillment. So every organization must fulfill these needs. So these are the most important needs. After the physical needs has completed, now we have to move towards the after the physical needs, we go towards the safety need. That is the second level of our hierarchy. So it include the protection from the violence and the theft, emotional stability and well-being, health security and financial security. So the basic after fulfilling the basic needs, we have to move towards the safety needs of our workforce or for our employees. Now at the third level, love and belonging needs. So now we have to go towards the social and the family. level. So the social needs on the third level of that hierarchy relate to the human interaction and are the last of so-called lower needs. So among these needs are friendship and the family bonds with parents, siblings, children, and the chosen family like spouse and the partners. Physical and emotional understanding ranging from the sexual relationship to intimate emotional bonds are important to